There is a crisis in cosmology. Usually in science, if we're off by a factor of 2 or a factor of 10, we call that horrible. We say something's wrong with the theory. We're off by a factor of 10. However, in cosmology, we're off by a factor of 10 to the 120. That is 1 with 120 zeros after it. This is the largest mismatch between theory and experiment in the history of science.
In science, we always say that you make observations, you have a theory, you go make more observations, and it's a very, very tedious process. Wrong. Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork. It's guesswork.
We have been given the scientific knowledge, the technical ability, and the materials to pursue the exploration of the universe. To ignore these great resources would be a corruption of a God-given ability.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
It's funny that we said that this is what we're in right now, this is what we're on, before any instrument approved. Until, boss, can you do it? It's funny, back in the 60s when they went to the moon, this is the first time we actually had like an instrument of flight to actually go high enough to actually fucking check out if what we agreed to 500 years ago was real. So if they were wrong after 500 years, the question is, would they tell you?
The astronauts had left their television camera behind on the rover, and it was remote controlled by radio signals from Houston. The result was an amazingly good shot of that lunar liftoff. Okay, let's get on. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Push, it's an arm and okay, I'm going to get the throw. 99, proceeded, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Right away, Houston. Thanks, you're good. Ag thought. The power of their source. Agree, yes, that's right. The Christian. Okay, 30 seconds. 308 your number. Take off to 1,500 feet. And 8 dot looks good.
And straight from the college campus, Dale Gardner. That is just a quick scenes of life in orbit. Our first task, of course, was to deploy Telesat. It was a nighttime deploy, and so this is a TV picture, nighttime TV picture of the deploy. It looks more or less like in the day. You just can't see it too well. Can't see it too well.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Today's announcement sends a clear signal to the world that we are restoring America's proud legacy of leadership in space. We're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space? We do it without space. We do it without space. The Vice
Can she see me yet?
I can.
This is pretty cool technology you got here. So let me try to. We're playing footsies. We should have done this in outer space. We should have done this in outer space. We could have both been sitting on, like, Neptune in a bubble.
Hello, President Barack Obama.
Hey, you. How are you?
I'm so good. You're in Washington, D.C., and I'm home in Santa Barbara, but through the miracle of technology, we get to be face-to-face in the same room, and we don't even have to wear masks. We don't even have to wear masks. We don't even have to wear masks.
And we have a fire going, apparently.
And we have a fire going. A real one, too.
So on the screen now we have a NASA training session. This is usually done in the neutral buoyancy lab, and this is when they practice in the pool with scuba divers nearby. So I want to point out first that there's these cameras and lights so we can see them off and holding. In a minute I'll show you this in what they call an actual spacewalk, but we'll see that it's really just taking place probably in a pool.
You can see him in the reflection there. Can you see him? There he is, all dressed in black. Can you see now? Oh, if only the reflection was a bit better. Oh, there you go. Now can you see him? Can you see the shadow trooper? Is that really? It's a scuba diver. It's a scuba diver. Scuba diver.
On the wall at the NASA training facility, the NBL, or Neutral Buoyancy Lab, you'll see a mural of the Vitruvian Man, but he's actually a half astronaut, or he's morphing into an astronaut. But extremely telling is if you look up in the upper left, you'll see a rocket breaking through a dome or other enclosure. Interesting indeed.
You create the world of the dream. We bring the subject into that dream, and they feel it in their subconscious.
How could I ever acquire enough detail to make them think that it's reality?
Well, dreams, they feel real while we're in them, right? It's only when we wake up that we realize something's actually strange.
Flat Earth is not a psyop. Flat Earth destroys the psyop. Every psyop that's been used to control us for as long as they've known about it. So this system has been in power and control for hundreds of years, ever since they convinced the rest of the world that they didn't know where they lived. They created this fantastical scenario to make people feel insignificant and to follow those that appear to know better.
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
No, Lise.
Plans came crashing to the ground. The failed launch of a balloon carrying a multi-million-dollar space telescope had onlookers scrambling for safety.
I told him you were. Okay. We see that one went all the way in. Not quite. But there it is, rolling about 5 inches.
from the spacecraft, from the mission module, I should say. Now, why is this
Well, we pitch the spacecraft down so that we get good communications with the Earth. And so when the low-gain antenna is located closer to the Earth, we can hear it better. And that way we can then see the separation of the deployment of the RTG boom and the science boom, and then the separation or jettison of the propulsion module itself. At this time, we are coasting with as the model indicates, with the RTG boom and the science boom both latched down to the side. We've finished using the solid rocket motor, and we are using the 5-pound rocket motors at this time for control.